Welcome to Resilience Redefined. I'm your host, Michael Ostrolenk. This show is about building better humans, institutions, and systems. On the show, I'll be interviewing many different experts from across many different fields, including human optimization, health and fitness, team building, mind-body medicine. In the institutional space, we're looking at different institutions and how we can create new ones, new models and maps, including in medicine, in education, in intelligence community, in law enforcement, in the military, especially in the special operations community. Thanks for being here and enjoy the show. Hey y'all, I'm Michael Ostrolenk. Today we're going to talk about what is resilience redefined. But in order to tell that, I got to tell a little bit of the story of how we got here. I've been podcasting since about 2008 or so and been loving it. It's been a great opportunity for me to meet some amazing people doing really good things in the world. Previous to this rebranding, it was called the emergent human. And the concept around the emergent human was there's no final endpoint for us humans. We're always learning to or needing to adapt, grow, change, evolve. And that is still paramount to my thinking. We always need to be in that space. But kind of my new thinking has evolved to more of a resilience model. And resilience for me is the ability for one to take on a challenge in one's life, whether it's intentional challenge or just life throws challenges at you. And you not only adapt to the challenge, but you actually grow, you learn, you evolve. So whatever challenges God throws your way, it allows you to see who you are, what you're capable of, because we are capable of so much more than we think we are. Not only does it show what we're capable of, but on occasion can show where we need some better training, better education, better learning, more capacity building inside our systems. And I think that's really important for us as humans to not only see where our strengths are and amplify our strengths, but see where our weaknesses are and find places that we need to improve upon. And what's really interesting in my kind of evolution of my thinking is not just about you as an individual. What do I need to do to grow and be a better human? But it's also about like what is the interpersonal dynamics that would be necessary for all of us to grow. So I'm in a marriage, for instance, or I'm a family dynamic. How do we organize the family in such a way that the whole family becomes more resilient, or our community becomes more resilient, or our whole team becomes more resilient? It's not just about me and my becoming more resilient, more capable, more optimized as a human being, but it's also about like, how can we organize in such ways that all of us can become more resilient in relationship to one another? That's really important to me. And then a piece of this too is not only do we build better relationships, which includes inside institutions, but how do we build systems that support us becoming more resilient? That's also something we'll be exploring in these podcasts. Part about exploring resilience is talking to amazing people doing great work in the world, the elite of the elite from many different fields, whether it's science or medicine or education, psychology, special operations, law enforcement, and the intelligence community. I'll be exploring that with many people in these various fields so you can learn from them how to become more resilient, how your teams become more resilient, your families become more resilient. And if you're part of institutions, how you can take the thinking from them and their actions in the world and apply it for yourself in the institutions that you operate in. So one of the things that I love about doing podcasts is I consider it part of my personal PhD. It's an opportunity for me to learn from just amazing people. And as I mentioned in a previous post, I've been doing this for years, since 2008. And it's given me the opportunity to meet some like the cutting edge people from many different areas of life. And I've been fortunate to play in many different areas of life. So it's just like a personal PhD for me. Like, what can I learn that then I can use with my clients? You know, I'm a coach, I'm a therapist. What can I do help with individuals, couples, the groups that I run, things along those lines? When I've done institutional consulting, how can I take what I've learned and apply it to help other people to thrive in their lives? Not only that, also an important piece for me is the networking opportunity, because I meet these people who are doing some amazing things in the world. And I'm like, wow, you should meet this other person. And I love, my favorite things to do is to network. I love bringing people together. And the podcast has been an opportunity for me to network people together and just see what the relationships lead to. Also, the podcast has always been and will continue to be an opportunity for me to spread other people's messages to new audiences. I think that's really, really important. And that is really fulfilling for me. So that's Resilience Redefined in a nutshell. And let me tell you where I am at personally with my own work in the resilience space. And it's something I've been doing literally for 30 years, at least professionally, as a marriage and family therapist, licensed in the state of California, transpersonal counseling specialization, postgraduate studies in somatic psychology, up to 10 years working as a master coach at SEALFIT's Unbeatable Mind Academy, and other really cool places that I've had the opportunity to work. My work is moving in a new direction, as I mentioned, It's like it's taking resilience and expanding it beyond its original definition or its original understanding. For many, resilience has been like, oh, I'm physically capable of doing really hard things. And I think that's wonderful. And that is a part of my thinking and a part of the work. But ultimately, I think we need to reconceptualize resilience as the capacity for human beings to show up more fully and thrive no matter what environment, whenever what life conditions throw your way. And it's not just me as an individual thriving and surviving and doing really well, but it's also us together in communities or in families, whatever the structure might be. That's part of my thinking. So the resilience piece is like, how do I optimize my physical system so I can thrive? How do I optimize myself psychologically so I'm so much more capable of handling whatever life throws my way, or even what's happening inside my own system? How do I optimize my social engagements? Like, how do I create relationships that are growth oriented and help us all thrive in this challenging world? And how do I help you adapt the environment, or how do I adapt the environment to support this growth and evolution? And the environmental piece is really important. It's important that I optimize my human system. It's important that I optimize myself psychologically and characterologically. It's important that I have really good relationships with people around me for growth purposes, all our growth purposes. But the environment is also key too, for two basic reasons. One, we need to be looking at where we live and how where we live, work, and our modes of transportation either support us in terms of new behaviors and new ways of being in the world, or detract from that, and then organize accordingly. So we not only thrive internally, thrive in our relationships, but also thrive because the environment is supportive of us thriving. And also, piece of the environmental piece too is like, what is our environment not only conducive to our growth and development, but is it conducive to our health and our own healing if we have issues around health? And that's important too, because we unfortunately surround ourselves with a lot of environmental toxins, whether it's the makeup we wear or the hair products we use or the cleaning supplies. And a lot of the work we need to start doing is not only cleaning up inside ourselves, healing and growing, cleaning up our relationships, healing and growing them, but we need to be looking at our environment and how we can heal that as well to help us grow and evolve. In the next couple of episodes, I'll be walking through the 4 pillars of resilience. If you really embody those 4 pillars, you will also become much more resilient, much more capable, and be able to have a thriving life. And that's Resilience Redefined. Looking forward to having you on this journey. You can join us on this journey. Check me out at michaeldostrolenk.com. Thanks, y'all.